Hey together, Aaron the Black Dragon's back, and welcome all of you to a very loud game in my ears, also tireless. Prepare for the adrenaline. So, there's also a heads up warning, flashing lights and whatnot. Let's go into the settings really quick, because I don't know. No, it's only with the mouse, so I don't need my controller for that. That's okay. Good, then let's start. Of course, we make a new game. This is just a demo, but it looks interesting and I want to check it out. So let's see, the game is saved automatically at the beginning of every level. That's good. Requiring the skills. What are the skills? Okay. No problem with that. Woo! And whoop. And I'm pretty sure I need to go over there. Okay, so this is... So basically your basic parkour game, speedrunning game. I don't know what it's going to be once we're done. So basically just a normal everyday coin from like Mario games or Banana from the Donkey Kong games. Basic thing. Hi. I can. Oh, I can. Well then let's go with the purple pinkish, because that's a bit more apt to the channel, I think. I mean, we don't fit. Oh, that's a checkpoint. Okay, good. I was like, is that thing actually going to enter level or what? Good to know. Shift! Okay, that may become helpful in the future. Great. When you're in the adrenaline mode, the movement is very sensitive, as a longer key press can throw you off the road, so make sure to be careful while on ground. Use the mouse to point blur in the direction you want it to run. Also, sorry if you see my mouse. While in the air, use the A and D to shift him from side to side and S to slow down midair. Beware of the lasers! Road ahead is dangerous. Are those lasers? I don't get it. For any further tips or instructions, click here. No, I think we figured everything else out. Oh god! Whoa god! Nope. That did not go as planned. Well, adrenaline is really boosty. 5 seconds only and they can throw you off like crazy. Woo! I jumped. I pressed the space bar. I don't know what the game just told you there, but I was pushing down that space bar hard. Teensy bit annoying, I wanna have that. Okay, I don't wanna have that, it seems like. And oh god. Okay. This is a teensy bit distracting. Oh. Why was that so unnecessarily epic? I don't get it. So far, what I can say about the game. I mean, the idea is nice. It's a runner game and not a parkour game in that regard, because we don't have any parkour elements to it. I don't know how fond I am of the life mechanics, because they are kind of a relic at this point. Even games that have the life system like Mario games don't really use them the way they used to, so well, don't know what I should think about that. I mean, it gives an incentive to collect something, so I mean, that's not bad. Did I get 2 lives for that? I thought we only get 1 life, because I only had 1 life left. Hey, I don't complain, an extra life for me. Let's go around. But if it's a game about speed, then running around and trying to collect as many coins as possible is kind of not tedious, but not in your utmost incentive. Wow, I nearly fell down there. One thing that I, however, find is it's a bit clunky at times. So the jump heights may need to be adjusted a little bit because you're barely able to make certain jumps. Good, let's fall down all the way again. And that's a little bit annoying if this is really a game where you try to go as fast as possible and then let's die. How about that? And we are all the way back here. You know what, if you make something like an adrenaline part that's incredibly tedious to begin with, how about you give me a checkpoint once I'm done with it? That would be awfully nice from you. Okay. My problem is I'm not gonna make that jump there, so we need to go back. Well, that's awkward now, isn't it? Okay, so I died now the second time, and with dying I mean I died completely. So this is where my ramble beforehand came in with I don't like unnecessary life systems, especially in a game like this where I try to go fast and then are bound to die. It's a little bit annoying that once you die you have to redo everything again, especially if some of the mechanics don't work as neatly as one would hope they would work, because I died over at this point right here, the adrenaline point, every single time now, because at the second point where we get the adrenaline, he just wouldn't jump for me once we hit that second thing. I'm pushing down the jump button right as I hit it and it does not work for me, and it's just the teeniest bit annoying, and I cannot jump that much earlier because otherwise I'm not having the adrenaline that I need to jump that gap, so that's annoying. So also after that point, after we've done this tedious thing there, well, probably a lot of people die because the reactions are not good enough at times here. But again, it's still a demo. You can clear that up. It's not an impossible task to maybe put the edge a little bit further away so that you have enough time to jump accordingly, because that was a little bit annoying there at times now. Or tighten the jump button and everything a bit more so that you don't die stupid like that. But most importantly, place a stupid respawn point, a checkpoint over there, because it's annoying that you have to redo this part over and over. I mean, yeah, it's a neat mechanic and all, and you probably like it a lot, but it becomes annoying the more you have to redo a certain part. And if you die up there with the precise platforming, then it's annoying. Especially the fact that you have to see the slow motion here every time as well. Just a little something for me, so that there's a little bit of creative criticism in this game as well. I was about to die there. Again, the jumps sometimes are really freaking tight. You can be a little bit more loose with the jumps. They don't have to be exactly at the jump height or exactly at the jump length. You can be a little bit more loose with them, especially if you want to make not a platformer but a running game. I don't know what you're going for, but again, you can be a little bit more loose. It's more tedious than anything if you have to place all your jumps correctly and are timed at the same time. So there's a few tips here, so let's try to get through this part here a little bit better. I hate this jump right here. It screwed me over big time last time. And I hate this part. I hate those platform parts here really much. And also that we take a little bit momentum with us. There is now a checkpoint. In my opinion, a little bit too late, but whatever. Let's try to get more lives here if possible. I don't know if we are actually capped at 3 lives at all times. I don't know that. It's time to find that out now, ain't it? So, but I'm not talking only negative about the game, because if I would talk only negative about the game, I would have stopped playing it a long time ago. No, the game actually has some intriguing ideas. Again, the coin mechanic, I don't know if it's necessary for the game, just like the life mechanic in my opinion. Have the checkpoints and in my opinion ditch the coins completely. Because it seems like you want to make more of a speedrun type game. That's why you're timed up there and can see how fast you're doing these things. That's great, thank you. And so, I don't know, I feel like the lives and the respawn and stuff like that and the coins are not necessarily what you need to go for with that kind of game. Again, especially since you have super tight jumps and you are a bit too floaty for super tight jumps as well, I think. But I love the aesthetic of the game. It has a Tron vibe to it and... Whoop. Nope, it didn't take my jump. And now I'm back. All the way to the start. See what I mean with the life system? I'm gonna try to get back there because I wanna at least try to get through acquiring the skills. Which is a little bit tedious in and of itself. Okay, hey, I'm back at this point. I have 99 coins. Let's see what happens if I collect more. Good, we have the ability to have more than 3 lives at a time, which is good. And we actually get 2 lives for 100 coins, which is interesting. So let's try this damn part here again. Great. Good start to that already. And let's go. And alley up. You're a bit too floaty, you slide around too much on the platforms once you land, and your jump don't recognize soon enough. I'm pressing the buttons right as I land, so that should mean that I make my jumps, but it doesn't. You need to tighten up the controls for a few things there. It just walks off, despite the fact that I'm pushing against that. It's a little bit annoying. I don't want to hate on that game, because I wouldn't play it if I didn't enjoy it, at least somewhat. But tighten up the controls. I need to catch a breath, press escape to pause. I don't need to pause. You know what I want to have? I want to have a freaking checkpoint right here and no life system. Is that a thing that I can have? Yeah, great. I'm gonna give it one last shot. After that I'm gonna say my final thoughts about this game and then we're gonna move on. Or I'm gonna move on. I already only have 1 life again. And it's at this part here again, despite the fact that I made it across once. Again, you need better checkpoints. If you give me extremely hard parts, give me a checkpoint not only before them but after them as well. I don't want to have to redo that extremely hard part over and over to be greeted by a slow motion part after it. And especially since once you fall down here, which is also something that can happen, you have to rewatch that slow motion part. Sorry, I'm getting annoyed at a few things here. Okay. I died. Yet again, I didn't even get to the point again because the checkpoints are not well set at times, I think. And it's too floaty. I wanna say, there's the game in the description as always. You can play it for yourself. I'm not one who says it's all the game's fault. It also may be that the game is super floaty and doesn't work well for me because I'm recording it. I don't wanna make any excuses. I don't say the game is bad, because the game is quite enjoyable, but the way I experienced it, the controls are not tight enough for some of the jumps you want me to make. The jumps are extremely tight and sometimes made to the point where you need to jump at exactly the right point so that you can make them. And if you dash in between those jumps, you will overshoot your goal and then die because of that. So make your jumps a little bit more loose. It's a game, you'll get timed with the game, so you have an incentive to run fast because you want to have as slow of a time as possible. But with some of those jumps, it's not possible to go fast, especially if you think back to the one hopscotch part. Yeah, that one. It's not possible to go fast since your jump does not recognize every time you land and then you just run off into the abyss, and that's annoying, and then you have to redo a whole bunch again. I enjoy the game and I want to play it a little bit more. Maybe it's because I'm recording, maybe my recording software is giving me that feel of everything slowed down and it's more floaty than it actually is, but I don't know. For the experience that I had with the game, it needs to be a lot tighter. There are a few things that are really annoying. Set the checkpoints better, give me one before an extremely frustrating part, and give me one after I finish that part, because I don't want to have to redo that frustrating part over and over and over again, and maybe even ditch the life system. I don't see a benefit for this game with a life system. That's just a few things that I would say. Other than that, I love the aesthetic, the music has something surreal to it, and I think the idea itself would work pretty well if realized a little bit better. So, again, if you want to try the game for yourself and see if you can get through it a little bit better than I do, see if it's really just a recording software and not just the game actually, try it out for yourself. I highly recommend it despite anything, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, how about leaving a comment down below? I really would appreciate that. I hope to see all of you with whatever game I'm gonna play on my next random Sunday. So bye!